Okay, so what I did now was I just copied and pasted the HTTP poll and the set variable to our other paths. So in interview and panel, I used the code tab like before. So I just copy and pasted and I changed the reference names as well as some of the like task definition names as well. And what I want to do now is I want to run this from start to finish. And I am going to go inside of our run tab. What is Orkes Conductor? That's our title. We see the type of podcast is type solo, and the URL again, our Supabase, our audio file stored in our Supabase storage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to execute this. And that's going to again take us in this executions tab here under workflow. And we can see our entire workflow just running. And we can see it visually just step by step as it's running. Okay, so we'll go back to this verify audio file status. And we follow the green line so we can see we're going down this continue path under solo. And again, you can click on each task and inspect it and see what's going on, what the summary is, what the input, outputs are, logs, anything like that. So we're just waiting, okay? So we see the HTTP poll finished very quickly because this is a very short audio file. So I'm just going to click on this task and see what it came back with. So input, we see a get method, termination condition, what we set up before. We have the API from assembly AI, URI. And if I go to output, I am interested in this body. So I see the ID. We see the text. So this is the entire transcription of our audio file. We see I'm not interested in words or utterances. We see our confidence score, 0.9787. And we see the audio duration, again, 528. And there are even like different, like more things that it came back with. But to keep this simple, I am just interested in the audio duration and the confidence as well as the text. Okay. So let me go back to definition. And we can wrap this up before we take this to the next level. So let's take a step back and look what actually you've built here. So we started with a blank workflow, and now we have something that takes a podcast episode as an input. It stores the key details as workflow variables in our set variable task. It verifies the audio file is actually accessible before doing anything with it. It routes the transcription based on an episode type right here. It pulls, it routes the transcription job based on the episode type, waits for the transcription service to process the audio. It pulls until the job is done and then stores the result cleanly for everything downstream to use. Okay. So that's a real working automation, not a toy example. It's an actual pipeline that could run in production. And along the way, you've also picked up 5 core task types that you'll use in almost every workflow that you build from now on. So we have, again, set variable for managing shared data. We have HTTP for talking to external services, switch task for making a decision and branching our workflow. We have our wait task for controlled pausing, and HTTP for HTTP poll for handling asynchronous jobs where you need to keep checking until something is ready. And again, these are not niche tasks. They're building blocks of like a vast majority of workflows out there. And once you're comfortable with these, you can build quite a lot of workflows from here. But there is still a gap between what we have now and something that you would fully trust in production. So right now, the workflow assumes things go well. It doesn't have a way to handle if our transcription is of low quality or bring in a human to review something, or even retry with a different service like a transcription service if needed, or even write the final data to a database. So that's exactly where Fundamentals 2 is going to pick up from. We'll take this workflow and make it robust by adding quality gates, by adding human approvals. So like, what does it look like to add a human in the workflow? We're going to add revision loops and also database persistence. So if you're ready to level up, I will see you in the next course.